folks. We're starting a new series of kitchen basics today here inside Kate's kitchen. I happen to have a couple of whole pineapples that are ripe. They're ready to be cut up and eaten. One way you can tell whether a pineapple is ripe is to reach inside and pull out one of the leaves. If you can pull out the leaf easily, and most of it is yellow, I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble finding the camera. If most of it's yellow, that means that the pineapple is ready to eat. I save the tops of the pineapples because I want to grow more fruits. So I grab the hold, see how I've got hold of it? And you, I may have to hold it under my arm to do it, but you twist the head and it comes out. There we go. There's the head. There's how it came out. And here's the inside where it came free. Now what you do to grow this is you pull these dried leaves off. You start down at the bottom and you pull as many of them off as you can. And I'm just throwing all my trash into the sink and I'll throw it away later. So you pull all of these off and you get them as clean as you can. You have a small jar, you put water in the jar and you set them down in there and put them in a sunny window. Can you see that? Not really. How's that? You have the small jar, you put it in the sunny window, and pretty soon you'll have roots coming from all in here. So that's what we're going to do with both of these pineapples. But for now, I'm going to teach you guys how I cut up pineapples to eat. First, have a really sharp knife and a clean cutting board. Turn it so that it's the place where you pull the top off is down, and you cut it flat. Just like that. That's going to allow you to stand flat. Stand the pineapple flat. Then you take your pineapple and your sharp knife. Now we're going to turn on the side and we're going to cut the bottom flat too. There we go. Both of them are done. Oops, there. We're going to take a really sharp knife. We're just going to cut down the sides. Move this bowl out of the way. We cut right down the side to remove the outside of the pineapple. Pineapples have really tough skin and they are hard to get cut. It'll take some work, it'll take some patience and a little bit of strength. But as you see, if you don't try and cut right on the edge but cut a little bit of the meat off, you can get it. Now one thing that a lot of people don't know is inside these little bumps that are on the outside of the pineapple, that's where pineapple seeds grow. And if your pineapple is just the right ripeness, you can take those seeds and plant them and start plants that way too. And if you want a whole bunch of pineapples, I suggest you do that rather than starting from the tops. But I like starting mine from the tops. And I've had pretty good luck with it over the years. Right now I've got 6 pineapple tops started and growing outside in the pots in the garden. They're a little less than a year old. They look good. It takes a pineapple 2 years from the time it gets roots until it grows enough to bear another fruit. Now as you can see, we've cut most of that off. There are a lot of these little eyes here, and we have 2 options there. We can either take a potato peeler or a scoop and scoop out each little section like that, or we can take our knife and just cut a little more, cut a little deeper, and it takes all of those eyes off. There we go. We still have the bottom that needs to be trimmed, so let's just put it on its side and turn it around, and we cut off and turn it and cut off some more and turn it, and you just keep doing that. There we go. You keep trimming. Now, another thing I've noticed that I need to tell you about is pineapples, once they've been skinned, get really slippery. Their juice is full of sugar, and it makes it kind of hard to hold on to the fruit. If you can lay it flat so you can get a good hold on it, you have a better chance of doing it without cutting yourself. Oops. And if it wants to roll to another flat spot, let it. It's not a big deal. There. You get rid of these. There we go. Now the next thing you want to do is the core, that center part, is not very edible. It tastes good, but it's real woody. So what I do is come in with my sharp knife and cut along beside the core. Flip it over and do it again. And you just keep doing it until basically what you have left is the core. It's a very solid piece. Now, there are a lot of things you can do with this, but usually I don't try to eat it. Sometimes I will cut them small and dehydrate them for the birds, because our birds love dehydrated pineapple. They just think that's one of the best treats in the whole world to give them. This, as you can see, the pineapple was just a little bit overripe. It's not a problem. It means it's going to be really sweet, but the brown parts, you just cut off. They're not all that wonderful when they get to that point. Go back in and be sure you've got all the eyes trimmed off. And then the next thing you do is cut them in pieces, long, skinny pieces, like this, so that you can then chop them and make what you get at the store called pineapple pieces. Just trim them like that. And there you go. You got pineapple pieces just like you would get at the store. Now, a lot of times I will dehydrate these for Dave and me as well, because we also like dehydrated pineapple. Let me get my scooper. And then as you get each little section cut, you dump them in the bowl to get them out of the way, because there's a lot here on this cutting board. The cutting board's big, but there's just a lot keeping it busy. So you can also cut 2 pieces at a time, which makes it a little faster. And this is how you do it. Now, I'll bring you back in a few minutes when I get it all done, and we'll talk a little bit about pineapple. I have most of my pineapples cut up, and I decided to save something to show you guys. These little black dots. There we go. I don't know if you can see them very well, but they're little tiny black dots, and they come right from the pineapple. And just to show you for sure, there's a piece of pineapple with some seeds. Here's a bigger piece of pineapple, and if you look, you can see seeds are coming out. Here's one right here that's getting ready. There it is. It came right out of the pineapple. I have never tried to grow these, but it just makes sense that pineapple seeds would grow pineapples. Here's my pineapples. I'm going to dehydrate some of them. I'm also probably going to can some of them. We love pineapple in our fruit salads, and so I'll probably cut some of these a little bit smaller and get them into a simple syrup, probably a very light one, and put them in cans and water bath can them so we can use them through the next year. But I just wanted you guys to see that they really do have seeds. They're right here, if you can see them. And one thing that I can tell you about pineapples that a lot of people don't know, and that is they're a lot like bananas. When you get a piece of pineapple that's starting to turn brown, just like this one is. Let me put it over here where you can see it a little better. See the difference in the color? The one that's starting to turn brown is a lot sweeter. Oops, pick it back up. Not only is it sweeter, it's softer, and it has the sweet pineapple taste without the tang. Some people like that a lot better. I'm sitting here pulling out more seeds. I'm seriously thinking about maybe trying to grow some from these seeds. I don't know if I will or not. Let me rinse my hands. There's the first lesson in Simple Kitchen Basics, how to cut up a pineapple. You guys take care, and I'll see you next time on Inside Kate's Kitchen. Bye. God bless.